All right, ready when you are.
Yeah, Rich. So
Yeah,
there's our
yeah, go
offer.
ahead.
Is that going to help you out with getting to where you want to go next?
Uh, yeah, it could. I certainly appreciate the info. Let me think it over and get back to you next week.
Yeah, that's not a problem. I probably want to think it over myself too. I guess what's your time frame when that we can reconnect the next day or two after you're
Yeah,
thinking about it?
it'll probably take a little longer than that. I'll reach out to you soon.
Okay, cool. So it might be hard to reach me randomly like that with my schedule. What I can do though, if it would help you out, pull up our calendar and see if we can book a time on there. That way, you don't got to chase me around and vice versa. Would that help you?
I suppose. I just, I'm gonna need a little. I know exactly when I'll be ready.
Okay. Well, would next week on this same time, next Monday, be enough time for you think?
Yeah, you can give me a try.
Okay, let's book it for that time then. Before I go though, what were you, I guess, wanting to go over in your mind, just so that I know what questions to kind of go over on our next call?
Uh, you know, it's really just down to talking to the wife and some dollars and cents, and figuring out if this is the right move for us.
Yeah, no, I mean that makes sense.
Pause real quick.
Mm-hmm.
What type of objection is that?
So it sounds like it's a partner objection.
Good. Yeah, because here's the thing: when people throw out a bunch of different objections at you, they're typically smoke screening, right? For something. Now, I will say this: if you got to this point in the call and someone is acting like this, there is something that you did incorrectly in the beginning of the call where they don't really like. If they feel like they're brushing you off all the time like that, then they don't really like. There was some sort of thing that you did incorrectly that broke some trust, because they're like, yeah. I mean, I need like I might need a little bit more time. Give me a call back. Like, I don't want to tell you when. I don't want to commit to anything. Like, if you feel like that towards the end of the call, know that is probably the result of something that was done in the middle of the call somewhere. But as you know, like when you've built a good rapport with somebody, right? They will be honest with like, hey, it will probably take me. If you can give me until Wednesday, that'd be the time I can make a decision. You'll get those types of answers when you've done something correctly during the call.
Okay.
Like, man, if you could just, it's like, I'll give you an example. I'll role play with you for a second. And once you've had, someone that breaks through, you break through, you get through to their trust, they trust you, but they still aren't sure. It would sound something like this. Yeah. Emery, if you could just give me till Wednesday, I could get back to you with a better answer then.
Okay. Yeah, not a problem. I probably want to do the same thing too if I was in your shoes. I guess Wednesday. What's the reason why I wait till Wednesday rather than just decide now?
Well, I wouldn't say. So I'm going to pause right there.
Okay.
If you say the words deciding now, that makes it sound like there's a type of pressure on the call. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
When you say this, why not? Like, what makes you want to just not decide now? Like, it makes it sound like you want him to decide now, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Or you're trying to figure out why he's not deciding now. Where what you're really trying to figure out is, why is he saying no? Like, there's something. What's behind why he's saying no? Because it's not about now or later. It's like he's telling you no, right? Like, that's kind of what he's saying. So like, yeah, Wednesday, I probably would want a couple of days too. I guess I should probably ask, is there a specific reason why you chose Wednesday? And he's like, yeah, role play with me for a second.
Yeah, well, I mean, I just want to talk to my wife, and she's pretty busy right now.
Yeah, I would need to talk to my wife about a decision like this too. It's obviously a big decision. I should probably ask though, like, let's say you go to her, right? And she does want to do it. Like, would you do it at this point?
Yeah, I mean, if she's on board, then I'd move forward too.
And I guess why? Like, what part of this really resonated the most with you?
Well, I mean, it's you guys are giving me pretty much what I need for the property to move on, and
yeah. And I'm just curious, Emery. Let's say you go to her, right? and she doesn't see eye to eye with this entire process, I mean, what would you do at that point?
Well, I mean, at that point, she's honestly the decision maker, so probably wouldn't.
Boom. Right? You're gonna get one of two answers when you have trust with somebody. So as long as you have trust with somebody, you're gonna get one of two answers. She's a decision maker, so I'm not gonna be able to do anything. Right? And then you have to go a different way with the handling this objection. Or you get, well, I'm gonna be able to convince her, right? Because you get those people a lot too. Like, oh no, like I have to do this. Like I'm gonna have to talk her into it. And then how are you going to do that? They're going to explain more how they're going to talk them into it. Right. And then they might say like, and then I say, ultimately she says, no, well, I'm the final decision maker, so I'm going to do it anyway. Okay. Well, if you're going to do it anyway, what we could do just to make sure that we can lock this price in is we can at least get the paperwork started. That way, when you do bring her, everything that we've discussed, you actually have something in writing and you can explain to her like what it is that you're going to move forward with. Would that help you at this point, or how would you like to proceed? Right. If you've gotten that trust, they're like, hey, if you bring her like just a bunch of stuff that you're telling, that's probably not going to help. But if you bring her like, hey, this is the agreement, we've at least got the paperwork started. If between you and me, if like you show her the agreement and she doesn't like it, like we could tear this agreement up. It's just a piece of paper, right? And there's really like nothing that we would need to do to enforce it if it came to that point. But like this would at least allow us to have something concrete in front of her, so that way you could show her what we're talking about. And then just Emery, like if you ever do that, this is for all of you guys, if you guys ever do that and you use that as part of your pitch, make sure you put that in the notes, so that way we know like, okay, we've got an agreement signed, but there is like still a chance that they bring it to their decision maker and it gets shut down too, and then we do have to like end up canceling. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As long as that expectation was clearly set, if we didn't spend any money on the property, we didn't send anybody out to it, take any pictures, that's okay if you use that objection handler right there. But it has to be like, hey, between you and me, like we could just tear this thing up. It's not a big deal. But that way they know that, okay, this is very low pressure. It's just like this will help you actually bring something to her, and it advances the sale forward as well. Now, if they say no, what do we do then?
If they say no to,
yeah, well, if my wife says no, I'm gonna say no too.
Oh, I don't know. I never
talk to the wife, maybe.
And how do you bring that up to where it's their idea?
Maybe say, well, I mean, would it help if we hopped on the call together, you and your wife, to see if this would work for you guys?
Make it easy.
Okay, that's really good. There's one step before that.
I remember you saying something like this. You said, I mean, John, we had a really great conversation so far. It took us in about half an hour. I guess, do you think you could tell your wife everything that we talked about in this 30-minute call in 5 minutes, or
so?
Like that, right.
So what you can do here is tell a story, right? So you tell a success story of like how you were able to help someone in their exact situation, as long as they're bought in first, right? So the first thing you have to do is like, hey, would you do it? They're like, yeah, I would do it. Now, let's say you go to her and she says no. What would you do then? They're like, oh, well, then I wouldn't be able to move forward. And then it's like, okay, because they told you that this is something they want to do, now you're helping them. But if you're like, this is what a lot of people do in objection handling. They role play with me for a second, Emery, is like, give me a partner objection. Yeah,
John, I mean, at this point, I need to talk to my wife before we do anything.
Okay. And would it help if we spoke to your wife together?
No.
Exactly. Yeah. Right. What do you think they're going to say when you say that? Because you haven't even, it sounds like you're needy and you need them. Right. That's what it sounds like. But when you say, role play that exact scenario with me. Right. So give me that again.
Yeah, John. I mean, this sounds good, but I got to talk to my wife first.
Oh, yeah, man. Of course. I would I would need to speak to my wife. It's a really big decision. I would need to speak to my wife as well. I guess like let's say that you do go to her, right? And she sees this, she's on board. Like I guess would you do it though?
Yeah, she's on board, and then I'm on board too.
And I guess what part of this resonated the most with you? What part of this made you want to possibly move forward?
I like not dealing with realtors and all those showings and stuff. So
yeah. And I'm curious, Emery, like let's say that you go to her, right? And she doesn't see eye to eye. Like she doesn't really care that you're going to have to deal with all the realtors. Maybe she doesn't see the big deal with all the showings. Like, what would you do at that point?
At that point, I mean, if she's not on board, then I can't go forward with you guys.
Yeah, and that's understandable. A lot of times, like I go through and some of the clients that I've helped in the past, it takes us an hour to get to the point to where we see kind of eye to eye of like how we might be able to help them move forward, right? And when they go to their spouses, they try to relay all of that information in 5 minutes. And I guess like Emery, like between you and me, like what do you think happens when they do that?
I mean, it probably doesn't go over too well most of the time.
Right. And so what we've done in the past, which has helped a lot of our other clients, is we've set up a group call with all three of us. That way, when the questions do come, we're actually able to answer them on the spot instead of playing like the back and forth phone tag. Yeah. And then kicking this down the road another 3 to 4 weeks. I guess, would that help you if we set something up like that?
Yeah. I mean, that sounds like it would help out.
You see how different that is? It doesn't sound like it's my idea. It's not in my best interest to have you talk to your wife. Like, I'm not going to try to convince her. It's just, hey, a lot of other people, like, they try to relay all of this information in 5 minutes. And what do you think happens? They're like, well, yeah, probably, like, they can't go over everything in 5 minutes. Like, it's just going to fall completely flat. Like, it's not going to work. Right. And then you're like, oh, yeah, right. Exactly. Right. So what we've done in the past, which a lot of our clients have really liked, is we've set up another call where we can walk through basically all the same things that you and I just did, plus answer any questions that she has. That way she feels included in the decision. Would that help you if we did that?
Yeah, that'd be super helpful.
Right. Then she feels included in the decision. Would that help you if we did that?
Yeah.
Right. So notice I didn't go into, at first I have to identify, there's a step to this. And if you skip these steps, it won't land. Right. So the first thing that you have to identify is this a real objection or is this a smokescreen? Because what happens if you say, well, let's say that she says yes. Like, I mean, Emery, would you do it? And he goes, no. Like, now there's nothing that we have to work with. You could overcome his spouse, but there's still nothing. So it might be a price objection, right? Like, and when someone's honest with you, they'll tell you.
Okay.
Like, hey, let's say like you go to your wife, right? And she says, that she doesn't see it, or let's say she says that she sees eye to eye with this. This does make sense. Like, would you do it? Then they might say something like, well, probably not, just because of the price is so low. Now it's a price objection, right?
Yeah.
We have to address that price objection before we can move forward with anything. And then the key here is, like, with all of this, you cannot objection handle without trust. If you try to objection handle without building the trust first, there's nothing to work with, right? Because people won't give you real answers. So where objection handling becomes powerful is once you've actually gotten to the point to where they trust you, right? They're looking at you as an advisor, and then you're helping them through this. This is why you need to get to that point first. Does that make sense?
That makes sense. Yeah.
Do you want to try this? Do you want to try this again?
Yeah, I'm down. Let's do it.
The ghost thumb with a guest appearance again. All right, let's do it. I'll be the seller.
Okay. So yeah, John, here's the offer. Is this really going to help you out? Get to that next spot you're looking to go to?
I want to go through the actual offer. Like, do it like you would normally do it.
Okay. Yeah, John. So, I mean, looks like really the best way we can help you out is with our equity protection program. And keep in mind, this is you not paying any kind of realtor commissions, no closing costs. We're buying it as is, so you don't do any repairs, nothing like that. And this is going to put about $100,000 in your pocket. Will that help you get to San Diego at this point?
I want you to do that one more time and ask it like a question. Curiously.
Okay. Yeah, so this is going to put $100,000 in your pocket. Do you think that this could be the answer for you?
Say it one more time. They cut it out.
Do you think that this could be like the answer for you?
I mean, yeah, possibly.
How do you mean?
Well, I mean, everything sounds good. I would probably just need to speak to my wife, just to see if, like, make sure that she's on board with everything.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. I want to do the same thing too and talk to my wife about something like this. I guess at this point, let's say you go to your wife and she is on board. Would you want to move forward with this as well?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, what specifically kind of do you think would help you get to San Diego?
Okay, so what am I going to answer if I say that? If you ask that, what specifically would help you get to San Diego?
I would maybe say like just the cash in your pocket.
Right, but I would get that with any company, right?
True.
So what specifically that we went over, I guess, resonated with you the most, or what specifically about what we just covered, like, actually hit you the hardest? Like, I say resonated with you the most, but like, I'm trying to think, what specifically made you, what specifically do you feel like would help you the most in this scenario? Right, something like that. Out of everything that we just covered, I mean, what do you feel like would help you the most? Right, that's the way. What resonates? So, like, what you're looking for is, like, why are they choosing you? Right?
Okay.
Not why will this help them in general, but like, why? What did you cover that helps them? So, like, for example, let's say you're selling. Like, I'll give you another perspective, as if you were selling something else. Have you ever sold anything else, Emery? Say you're selling cars, right? But like, yeah, I don't know. Like, possibly I like this. Okay, well, I guess what about the car did you like the most? Well, I liked the fact that, this car has the soundproof glass, and when I drive on the freeway a lot, so I don't have to hear all the freeway noise, all the 18-wheelers driving by, right? It's super quiet, right? That is what's helping them make their decision, right? Now, if you asked, like, do you think this car will help you get to work every day? You're like, well, yeah, but every car would help me get to work every day, right?
Yeah.
So, like, so you're asking, like, what about this car resonated with you the most? What about this car felt like the most helpful or stood out to you the most, right?
Yeah.
They're going to go back to, like, they're going to start visualizing what they're going to like. Imagine somebody says that to you, right? You're about to walk away with your dream car. I mean, well, what about this, like, really, really made you want to move forward with this to begin with? Well, it's just like, I've always wanted a car that can go like 0 to 60 in 2 seconds, right? So, like, now you're going to picture yourself going 0 to 60 in 2 seconds. And if someone can get you to think, like, and I guess why specifically, like, why is that, Matt? Why is that so important to you? I just love going fast. I love the feeling that it gets. What feeling, right? Oh, well, like the drop in my stomach when I slam on the gas, and like now they're talking about it, they're feeling it, right?
Yeah.
And so whatever comes in their way becomes an obstacle, as long as they want to do it. So that's the same thing for you, right? If you're, I guess, what out of all the things that we covered, like, what part of this do you feel like helps you the most? Or you could even say, I mean, out of everything that we covered, how do you see this benefiting you the most?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you guys don't have to do any of the showings. And I was really like the biggest thing I was looking for, because I have a crazy dog and I don't want to have to put the dog up in and out every time. Okay. And let's say that you go to your spouse, right? And they don't see eye to eye with this. They're like maybe okay with having to deal with all of that. Like, how are you going to go about making your decision then? So does that make sense? So
Yeah.
present me the offer one more time.
Okay. Yeah. So John, looks like the best way we're able to help you out is with our equity protection program. I mean, that being said, the best offer you can get for your property so that you can go to San Diego and put this all behind you is going to put about $100,000 in your pocket. Do you think that?
Do you feel
that this could be the answer for you?
Yeah, possibly. I think so.
Possibly. How do you mean?
Well, I know the money will help. I still have to talk to my wife about this.
Yeah, no, I totally understand that. I probably would want to do the same thing if I was in your shoes. But what was it that we kind of went over together that really makes you feel like would help you the most?
I mean, probably the fact that you guys can do it through the next 3 weeks and actually let me stay here for 2 weeks after that. Like, that's pretty big for me.
Yeah, no, I mean, that makes sense. So, like, what if you go to your wife and she ends up not being on board with what we do? What do you do at that point?
I mean, if she says no, I mean, I'm hoping I can convince her, but if she says no, then I'm probably going to have to look at some other options.
Other options?
Well, yeah, then maybe we're going to list the property on the market, or like, I don't even know what I have to talk to her to see what she would want to do.
I hear you. Yeah, I mean, between you and me, John, what we've done in the past to help a lot of our other clients is, because we had a long conversation today. It's about an hour long here.
Restart. Too many things. Restart.
Yeah. So, John, I mean, I'm not sure if this would help you at all, but what we've done in the past to help other clients of ours is we actually set up a 3-way call, because, we spoke for an hour long, and typically when a client goes to talk to the wife.
Restart. Story first, and then say what we've done to help. There's an important reason that you go in this order. The reason you go in this order is because you tell them the story, then you make a suggestion. If you make a suggestion, then tell them the story, then all they hear is the suggestion, right?
Yeah.
They don't even listen to the story because they know you're about to propose something.
What's the story again? I forgot. I like kind of have the gist of it, but like not. Yeah. So it's like the story that you're telling, it doesn't matter how you tell it. Is it's taken us an hour, or it's taken us 45 minutes to cover basically everything that you really need to get out of this transaction, right? I wouldn't say the word transaction, because transaction makes it sound like everything that you need to get you to San Diego in the best way, right? That would probably be the best way you could word it. It's taken us an hour to get you everything you need to feel comfortable moving to San Diego, like in the best possible way. And a lot of times what ends up happening is, when our clients in the past have tried to relay the same information to their spouse, they've done it in about 5 minutes. And what do you feel like happens, when they try to relay all of that information in 5 minutes? It's probably doesn't go over so easy, so well.
Right. And I certainly wouldn't want that to happen to you. So what I could do, if you feel like it would help, is we could set up another call with both you and your wife. That way, when she does have questions about some of the things that we've covered, we could answer them in the best way, and she could also feel comfortable that she's actually part of the decision-making process to move you guys to San Diego. Would that help you at this point if we did that?
Yeah, I think that would help.
You see, like, it's the story, and all the story is like, hey, you know, a lot of times, you know, are the people that we've worked with in the past, it takes us it takes us a really long time to get to the point to where we've covered all of their needs, right? And then they try to just basically just blast that information to their partner in about 5 minutes. And it's just human nature. It's not like you're doing it like maliciously or anything like that. It's just kind of how things go. And and when you know, if you were to go and try to relay all this information over a, you know, 5-minute conversation, like, how do you feel like she would feel? Probably not that good. Right. So like what we could do, if you feel like it would help, and a lot of our past clients have really liked this, is we've set up another call with, you know, both parties. That way, when questions do come up, so you're addressing it, right? When questions do come up, we can actually answer them together and they feel included in the decision-making process. Would that help you at this point?
Yeah, that's super helpful.
Because that what you're making them feel like, and I've got to go in 1 minute, but what you're making them feel like is if they don't do the call, then the partner isn't going to feel included in the decision-making process. Make sense?
Right.
And they don't want that. So you're just helping them get there.
Okay.
Let me preface this with you overcame the think about objection very, very well. You got to a partner objection. So you overcame the smoke screen. You did your job. Overcome the think about it. But then you got to the partner objection. So that's the next one.
Cool.
And then you just go through objection after objection and boom.
Okay.
Get that contract signed. So
Cool.
Awesome work. I will see you guys on the call. Make sure that you guys have your numbers for the L10 meeting today and bring any good feedback that you guys have. Happy Monday. Have a good day.
All right. Later.